This video not only demonstrates lower extremity care for the disabled, it tells the story of a man who became a quadriplegic after a traumatic childhood injury. He went on to complete his college education and was instrumental in the design and implementation of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Like this video with a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell for notifications and share it with family and friends. Follow me on social media at DC Foot Doctor. Most of all, take care of your feet. So how long have you been wheelchair bound now?
How long have I what?
How long have you been in a wheelchair?
Since I was 8.
8. Okay. And what's the working diagnosis for that?
Well, traumatic brain injury, but a doctor once said if there were such a thing as post-traumatic cerebral palsy, that's what you would have.
Okay.
So it's similar to cerebral palsy.
Gotcha.
Not as a result of a birth issue.
Okay. What was the brain injuries? What did that stem from?
Auto accident.
Auto accident. Okay. All right. So it looks like this dressing they've been using on here is pretty thick. How does this feel when I work on it? Is it painful when I do this? Does that hurt at all?
A little.
A little? Okay. So what I'm doing now is just scraping off all this dressing they put on here. This alginate. Because it's looking like it's doing a good job, basically, of keeping it fairly clean, keeping it from getting infected, it looks like. But it's not doing a thing to get the wounds closed, though. Have they been bigger than this? Have these wounds been larger?
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
The nurse at one point said it was looking better.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that it might have been larger and it's now smaller, but
Okay. Because it's multiple wounds that you
I
have.
can't really see it, so I don't know where it looks like.
Okay. So this is a surgical scrub brush that we use to wash our hands and forearms before surgery. But what's good about it is good. It's also pretty good for cleaning wounds like this, because the sponge has all the soap in it. And the brush can help clean the surface of the wound fairly comfortably. Nobody's ever cleaned this stuff off before? No? Comes off pretty easily. This is just scaly skin building up from over the years. Primarily we see it in these pressure areas like this.
I know there's a lot of dead skin on my other ankle.
Mm-hmm.
It itches every now and then, and I start to scratch in this like a shell.
So you had so you were 8-year-old, you said, when you had this car accident?
Yeah.
Okay. You gave you the traumatic brain injury. At what point did you start to live on your own?
Good question. been fairly. I mean, I moved to my own apartment. I lived in a dorm on college for a while, and then I got an apartment, and I was in '68.
Okay. Very good. So this is not new to you.
No.
That's good. This instrument I'm using is called a curette. And it gently but firmly removes this dead skin like this pretty easily. But we had to soak it a little bit first, of course. Otherwise, trying to remove this dry would be very difficult. Good proper skincare in this situation is extremely important because it prevents this from returning, and then it helps prevent future wounds. Because you're coming back next week for your circulation test to see how the blood flow is to the legs and see if anything needs to be done to improve the blood flow so these wounds will heal up quicker. So you said you've had them for, if you had to guess how long you've had these wounds on your left leg, what would you say?
Long time.
Long time? More than a year?
It started in the hospital. And they put, I don't remember what they did for dressing there. And they propped my legs up on a pillow at night. But then they said it was progressing good enough to go home. And as I said, then the nurses came and periodically changed the dressing, and this right leg healed. Okay, and the left leg just keeps going on and on and on.
Gotcha. So you said that the nurse comes to your home to deal with this?
Yeah.
How many days a week?
Twice.
Twice a week. And they've been doing that for how long?
Over a year.
Over a year. Okay. This stuff is usually pretty easy to remove. It's just somebody has to remove it. So even though I'm taking it down today, it's going to try to grow back. So you have to make sure, and I'll send a note for you to give to your nurses, that they need to take care of this area at least once a week. Now, are these the same nurses that come in and help you get out of bed and make a little breakfast and get you showered up and all that? Or is that a different set? Different set. What are they allowed to do for you? The second set? Not the wound care, but the other nurses? Or the aides?
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
Well, it's certain...
I have people who come in to help me get it up in the morning and get in bed at night.
Okay.
And then the guy who gives me the shower is the one who does the lubricator.
Okay. Because certain licenses allow people to do certain things.
I don't know.
And then some of the, especially if it's an assistant or aide or something, they may be very restricted in what they're allowed to do for you. So like what I'm doing here, they may not be allowed to do for you. they actually help you bathe, or are you able to bathe yourself?
They help me bathe.
Okay. Okay, that's looking better. Same thing here. This is scale. See how it comes right off? And the reason why I prefer to take this off than leave it is because it holds moisture, right? And then, you know, it traps bacteria, and that can lead to infection. And if it's real dry, the skin can crack, and that'll leave an opening that bacteria can get in.
What about the dead skin on the other ankle?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, right here?
No, up higher.
Oh, there's not really much here on this one. It's not like your left leg at all. Down here. Do your legs drain much at all? Do you see any fluid in this area?
Do they what?
Drain, any clear fluid draining from your leg?
They did the first time, and that's
Okay.
when I went to the hospital because it was liquid. In fact, like dripped on the floor.
Were they pretty swollen at that time?
Well, somewhat.
Somewhat? Okay.
But I've been wearing compression socks forever.
Okay. So, when you were in college, what did you study?
But
When you were in college, what did you study?
physics.
Physics, my man. You had a subspecialty? When you finish your schooling, what did you do?
I have a bachelor's.
Hmm?
I have a bachelor's.
Bachelor's in physics?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you able to work in the field after school?
No. It turned out, they said, well, by that time, you had to pretty much have a master's.
Mm-hmm.
And I started that. And then people said, no, you gotta have a PhD. And I got tired
Gotcha.
of being a professional student, so I went to work for a company that made motors for wheelchairs.
Okay.
And then after that, I became a consultant
Mm-hmm.
in LA to the transit district. Finally got a job with the federal government in DC.
All right. What department?
It was called the Architectural and Transportation Barriers Compliance Board.
Okay.
It's the agency that wrote the guidelines for the Americans with Disabilities Act. And I did all the transportation stuff.
Okay. How long ago did you retire from that?
2012.
2012? Okay. Now, have you ever developed wounds anywhere else other than your legs, sacral, or buttocks, or anything like that?
No.
That's good. So are you able to reposition yourself when you sleep?
Yeah.
Good. What type of mattress are you using?
I don't know.
Is it a standard mattress you get from the mattress store, or is it a hospital type mattress, or air mattress, or anything?
Standard mattress. And I have one of those My Pillow cover, you know.
Yeah.
Mattress topper
Okay.
on it.
So you've never had an air mattress or anything?
No.
Okay. So we got to be gentle with this one. See where it goes. Oops, sorry about that, buddy. Is that hurting, or is it just a reflex?
It's a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. There it goes. When's the last time this was cut? When's the last time this was cut for you?
Quite a while ago.
Did you go to a podiatrist's office to get it done, or?
I have. The last couple of times my aide did it.
Okay. Well, we'll be able to do this for you on a regular basis. So you said this one fell off how long ago?
Yeah. Couple days ago.
A couple days ago. Did it look like this one?
Yeah.
Not too bad. Let's see. Whole housing. Whole housing was started somewhere in Scandinavia. Where people get together and create a community. And then as part of the group that helped work with the designer and the architect to make sure it was acceptable, designed the way we wanted it. So it's very good. Before the pandemic, it was less extreme, and barbecues and how's your appetite?
Okay.
Okay, you pretty balanced?
Yeah.
On it because wound healing requires, good healthy nutrition, particularly protein. You have proteins, got to have your zinc, magnesium, all this kind of stuff that people are taking now for COVID. It's great for wound healing as well. All right, so you're going to want to supplement. Besides, how often do you eat? You think you're a 3 meal a day guy or?
Usually 2.
2? Okay. So if you don't want to eat 3 times a day, but you're going to need to bolster that. So you're going to with like some Ensure or something like that. Take a little bottle of that between meals to help get that nutrition in. Okay, particularly those things I talked about, and particularly protein. I'm not saying you have to go out and eat a T-bone steak every day, but you're going to want to get that in. Okay, because nutrition is a very important part of the wound healing process. It's not just what we do here. It's not just what the nurse does when they come to the house. This is Kevin Jefferson, the DC Foot Doctor. Thank you for watching this video. Like it with a big thumbs up to see very interesting cases and my approach and techniques to dealing with them, and to learn how you can improve your foot health. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell so you will know when a new video has been uploaded. Follow me on social media at DC Foot Doctor. Most importantly, take care of your feet.